I think my lesbian wife is falling in love with me, and I'm scared because I'm falling for her too. We got married for convenience and mutual desperation. I was 27 and had just moved back home after getting laid off. I had no money, and my traditional Chinese parents were threatening to kick me out into the streets unless I found a girl I intended to marry. My cousin Kim had a coworker who was facing her own crisis. She was gay and needed a husband on paper to make her parents back off. I met Maylene at a dim sum place in the International District on a Sunday. First thing out of her mouth was, "So you're the Batman sent to make my parents back off." I laughed pretty hard at that. We spent 40 minutes negotiating what this was going to look like. Turns out she needed marriage to escape her conversion camp that was starting in 3 months. We left with a formal business handshake that would make a president jealous. Our wedding was at some prestige hotel on a Saturday afternoon. Our entire immediate and extended families attended. 120 relatives watching our every move. During our first dance to some Ed Sheeran song neither of us knew, she whispered, "Smile harder, your aunt's taking video," while I frantically tried to remember which hand goes where. We fed each other cake for the photos, her fingers trembling against my mouth. She laughed at my uncle's work stories like I'd told her about his job. I kept my arm around her waist during toasts, feeling her tense every time someone clinked glasses for a kiss. We managed 3 pecks total, quick and dry, like checking boxes on a form. Between photos, she'd squeeze my hand twice, our signal for, "Help me remember this person's name." I did the same when my relatives cornered us about trying for kids soon, but my mom cried, and her dad made a speech about family honor. The whole performance cost thousands I didn't have, but our parents left convinced we were in love, and with promises to reimburse me for the entire thing. The apartment we moved to in Seattle became an exercise in parallel living. She claimed the living room as her workspace. I lived in my bedroom, job hunting and taking online courses to help build my resume. We'd navigate around each other in our narrow kitchen, mumbling, "Excuse me," operating the coffee maker in shifts. For 8 months, we were the most polite strangers imaginable. I'd leave extra Thai food in the fridge for when she got hungry working through the night, and she'd replace my coffee pods she used up. But then my parents ambushed us. They texted me literally 1 hour away from my apartment. "We're here to meet our daughter-in-law properly, since you barely let us talk at the wedding." I was at a job interview, my phone on silent. Maylene called me 17 times before texting, "Your parents here, help." By the time I left the interview and raced home, Maylene had transformed our separated lives into something believable. My private gaming setup was moved to our bedroom. Her pride flags were hidden in closets. She was teaching my mother our morning routine she'd invented from YouTube videos. 3 hours of her lying with shocking creativity, our supposed weekend habits, my fictional preferences, the way we apparently bonded over shared values. My father grilled us about grandchildren, and she invented an entire on-the-spot timeline about waiting until I was more established, pointing to me just having a job interview as proof we were being responsible. I couldn't believe what I was looking at. After they left, a whole 2 days later, I found her on the bathroom floor, still wearing the traditional wife dress she'd frantically bought at Target. "I just spent hours describing our fake bedroom life to your mother," she said, exhausted. I sat next to her. "You saved me," I said. She looked at me with this sassy, "I'm goddamn her" face. Something changed after that. She started waiting up when I gamed late, claiming she was just on Singapore client time. She started combing my hair into weird styles because it looked so funny. She'd fall asleep reviewing designs on my bed because the lighting was better. Even started presenting every PowerPoint she made to me, her makeup done just to get in character. I started getting suspicious if she was somehow into me, but figured that to just be overthinking nonsense. Until 4 months ago, a year after moving in, I finally got a job. Nothing impressive, data entry at a logistics company. But when I came home, she'd set up a whole party, complete with congratulations balloons and my favorite childhood cake. She even had on the sweatshirt that I once told her. Brought out her eyes. We spent that night drinking celebratory wine and playing Twister and Just Dance. We fell asleep in each other's arms during a Shrek marathon. In the morning, neither of us acknowledged it, but you could feel the tension. Then, last week, her 26th birthday passed. Her parents could no longer force conversion therapy onto her. Not only that, but the design company she had been building got acquired. She could now go anywhere, do anything. Yesterday, she mentioned she was looking at apartments in Portland. "Better tech scene there," she said, avoiding my eyes. She was quiet for a long moment, scrolling through listings. Finally, she looked up. "My therapist says when I talk about you, I sound like I'm in love," she said. My heart dropped. I'd loved her for months now, but was afraid of saying anything because, well, duh. But now we're sitting in our kitchen. Her in my old hoodie she claimed months ago, wondering what the hell is going on. Full story on channel linked below.